Well, you may have noticed a drop in gas prices out there. The recent jobs report that affected Wall Street this week may have something to do with it, but can you expect those prices to keep dropping?
Patrick DeHaan is the head of petroleum analysis at GasBuddy. He joins us now to talk about what's going on, and it has been a bit of a roller coaster. Catch people up on what's been going on over the last few weeks.
Yeah, really, about 3 weeks ago, that severe weather rolled through much of Chicagoland. That spawned, I think it was about 26 or 24 tornadoes. Some of that knocked out the ExxonMobil refinery down in Joliet, those transmission towers that shut down I-55. That refinery has been down really for the last couple of weeks. Now, it has been in the restart phase, but that production amounts to about 9 million gallons of gasoline and diesel every day, and that had a negative impact on the wholesale price of gasoline, which skyrocketed after the power loss at the ExxonMobil refinery. A couple other refineries in Ohio also had some issues related to the CrowdStrike problem that hit a couple of weeks ago. That caused gas prices in Chicagoland to surge. One moment we got close to about $4.50 a gallon, but thankfully in the last couple of weeks we have started to see some relief. The Chicago average down 3 cents today, down 13 cents in the last week as that ExxonMobil refinery gets back online. Governors from Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, and Wisconsin all asked the EPA for a waiver to be able to use less stringent gasoline. You'll remember that in Chicago, we have to use that Chicago reformulated blend. But with that waiver now approved by the EPA, Chicagoland can use cheaper gasoline.
All right, so those are factors that we've been looking at, obviously, for the last couple of weeks. There are new factors that have come into play here. Obviously, we saw Wall Street affected by the July jobs report that came out on Friday and then affected Wall Street at the beginning of the week. Do you see that impacting gas prices as well? What role does that play?
Well, it certainly could, as goes the U.S. economy, as goes gas prices. If we see a slowdown in the economy, that could threaten U.S. gasoline demand and send prices lower. As you mentioned, that jobs report last week was potentially flashing warning signs about the U.S. economy, that more unemployed Americans are having difficulty, or I should say more Americans are becoming unemployed. And so that could pose a threat to gasoline demand. That caused oil prices to drop to some of the lowest levels we've seen this summer. That's something to keep an eye on moving into the fall. We could see lower gas prices if we do see a major economic slowdown.
We just have about a minute left. Help me understand. I feel like every time we have you on, it's because, supply is affected because there's a hurricane down south, or now the Joliet refinery was offline for a little bit. Why is there not more resiliency in the system, since we know something's going to affect some plant somewhere almost all the time?
It's a bit of a loaded question, but I'll try to cut to the chase here. A lot of this is because the transition to EVs, pollution controls, certainly billions of dollars of investments. There hasn't really been a major new refinery added in many decades across the country because of the ups and downs. That is, the billions of dollars in losses. In fact, BP just reported losing money last quarter, just highlighting the uncertainty of building a refinery. And that's part of the problem that we have.
All right, Patrick DeHaan, we appreciate your time. Good insight. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks for having me.